the surprising sounds of Tel Aviv, a city where cultures blend seamlessly. Picture this. You're in Tel Aviv's bustling Carmel market, surrounded by the scents of fresh rugelach and spices, the air alive with a symphony of languages, Hebrew, English, French, and Russian. Suddenly, you hear "Magkano po ito?" Tagalog, clear and confident, cutting through the market's vibrant noise. Two Israeli teens chat with a vendor, one asking for pomegranates in perfect Tagalog, a testament to the cultural exchange happening here. As you wonder, you hear more. An Israeli mother calls to her son, "Halika dito, anak." The words echo with warmth and familiarity. You wonder, are we in Tel Aviv or Manila? The lines blur in this multicultural tapestry. This isn't a glitch. It's a new reality, a beautiful blend of cultures and languages. Tagalog has woven itself into Israeli life, heard in playgrounds, cafes, and homes, becoming a part of the everyday soundscape. It's spoken by Filipino workers and the Israeli families they care for, creating bonds that transcend language. Children grow up with it as a first language. Parents pick it up out of love, bridging generations with shared words. What's going on? Is this a Filipino linguistic takeover? The truth is more heartwarming, rooted in shared experiences. This isn't about migration stats or labor policies. It's about the human stories behind the statistics. It's about human connection, how kindness ripples across generations, creating a tapestry of shared lives. Thousands of Israeli homes open their doors to Filipino caregivers, and in doing so, open their hearts to a new language and culture, enriching their lives. Tagalog is now part of the daily soundtrack of Israel, a melody of unity and diversity. It's a story of family, not by blood, but by choice, a testament to the bonds we choose to create. So next time you hear Tagalog in Tel Aviv, know you're hearing the sound of a unique bond, a bridge between cultures. This is the truth behind the Tagalog you hear on the streets of Tel Aviv, a story of connection and shared humanity. The phenomenon goes far beyond the marketplace. Step inside an Israeli home, mezuzah on the door, family photos, children's toys, and the gentle rhythm of Tagalog. An elderly woman asks her caregiver, "Nasaan ang gamot ko, yaya?" The reply, "Nandito lang po, Safta." Filipino caregivers have become essential, offering not just help, but warmth and companionship. In these homes, language is a bridge, expressing care, sharing jokes, soothing worries. The lines between employer and employee blur. Bonds form that feel like family. Israeli families pick up Tagalog. Salamat, kain na, tulog na, words learned through daily life. Tagalog becomes the language of comfort and compassion, a gentle hum in Israeli homes. It's a testament to the respect and love these caregivers inspire. To truly understand why Tagalog thrives in Israel today, we need to rewind the clock to 1947, a pivotal year in world history. The world is still reeling and recovering from the devastation of World War II. Cities are rebuilding, families are healing, and nations are searching for hope and stability. In this climate, the United Nations debates the future of Palestine, considering a bold plan to partition the land and create a new nation, Israel. The vote is incredibly close. Every single yes carries enormous weight, shaping the destiny of millions. The Philippines, itself, a young and newly independent nation, bravely votes in favor, standing out as the only Asian country to do so. This decision wasn't just about politics or alliances, but a deep sense of empathy and shared humanity. The Filipino people, having endured occupation and hardship themselves, understood the longing for a safe home and the pain of displacement. Years earlier, President Quezon had already opened the Philippines' doors to Jewish refugees fleeing the horrors of the Holocaust, offering them sanctuary and hope. This extraordinary act of friendship and solidarity was never forgotten in Israel and is still honored today. It became the foundation of a unique and lasting relationship, built on a moment of compassion, not just on politics or convenience. Decades later, when Israel needed caregivers and support for its aging population, it remembered its friends from the past. The Philippines, renowned for its compassion, resilience, and hard work became a natural and trusted partner. The door opened, not just for workers seeking opportunity, but for friends and families who would build new lives together. That courageous yes in 1947 still echoes today, in every Tagalog word spoken in Israel, a living reminder of a friendship forged in hope and compassion. The goodwill from 1947 paved a path from the UN to Israeli homes. By the late 20th century, Israel needed caregivers for its aging population. Remembering the Philippines' friendship, Israel welcomed Filipino workers. This wasn't just about filling jobs, it was about trust and shared values. Filipinos, known for respecting elders, fit naturally into Israeli homes. They brought not just skills, but the spirit of pakikipagkapwa, shared humanity. Caregivers became more than workers. They became companions, confidants, and family. Israeli families, in turn, opened their hearts, treating caregivers with respect. The historical friendship became a living, daily reality. In thousands of homes, a bridge of trust was built, one relationship at a time. Over time, something transformative happened in Israeli homes. The line between employer and employee faded. Caregivers became family. They shared morning coffee, holidays, and the hardest moments of illness and loss. The caregiver became the first and last face of the day, sharing laughter and tears. For many elderly Israelis, their Filipino caregiver became their closest friend. The bond deepened. Stories, dreams, and traditions were shared. Caregivers called their charges Lola or Lolo, feeling true affection and responsibility. Israeli families saw their caregivers as heroes, blessings, and essential to their lives. The caregiver was no longer just an employee, but a chosen family member. Love, trust, and shared experience redefined what it means to be family. When two cultures share a home, the kitchen becomes a delicious crossroads. Israeli kitchens, once filled with shakshuka and hummus, now welcome the aromas of adobo and sinigang. Filipino caregivers cook for themselves, but soon the whole family joins in. Israeli grandmothers try lumpia, caregivers learn to braid chala. The kitchen becomes a classroom of cultural exchange. Freezers are stocked with both kube and lumpia. Language blends too. Yalla, let's go, followed by kain na. Holiday traditions merge, caregivers help build sukkahs, families celebrate Noche Buena. Respect for each other's traditions deepens the bond. The household becomes a unique blend of Israeli and Filipino life. The deepest impact is seen in the youngest generation. Many Israeli children grow up with a Filipino yaya, a second mother, a source of love. They become third culture kids, fluent in Hebrew, English, and often Tagalog. Switching languages is second nature. It's part of their identity. They know both Schnitzel and Sinigang, Hanukkah prayers and Filipino carols. This upbringing makes them open-minded, empathetic, and adaptable. They become bridges between worlds, carrying the legacy of this relationship. As adults, they advocate for caregivers' rights and cherish the Philippines. They are living proof that personal bonds can transcend national divides. In their hearts, the language of love is truly universal. At the heart of this story is gratitude. Israeli families are deeply thankful for the care their loved ones receive. They see the sacrifices caregivers make, leaving families behind to help others. Gratitude is shown in actions, including caregivers in holidays, helping with paperwork, supporting them in emergencies. Caregivers, in turn, are grateful for the opportunity, kindness, and respect they receive. Bonds form that go beyond work, true friendships, even family. This cycle of gratitude elevates the relationship to something profound. It's utang na loob and hakarat hatov, gratitude in both languages. Respect and love flow in both directions, creating a shared circle of care. When you hear Tagalog in Tel Aviv, you're hearing the sound of an invitation, a gentle call to connect, to share, and to belong, even far from home. This story began with a vote in 1947, a moment that opened doors and hearts, and over the years, it blossomed into something deeper, a sense of family that transcends borders. Tagalog in Israel isn't about conquest or dominance. It's about acceptance, compassion, and the simple act of loving one another. For many Israelis, it's become the language of comfort, care, and laughter, a familiar melody that fills daily life with joy. It's the language that soothed parents and grandparents, that filled homes with warmth, patience, and gentle understanding. Family isn't always about blood. It's about who shows up when needed, who stands by you in moments big and small. History is made in living rooms and kitchens, in shared meals and quiet conversations, not just in grand halls or official ceremonies. The friendship between Israel and the Philippines lives on in every shared word, every act of kindness, and every moment of understanding. Tagalog in Israel is a living symbol of our shared humanity, a bridge across cultures, generations, and hearts. It's a story of kindness echoing through generations, spoken not just in words, but by the human heart, reminding us that we are all connected.